good to be back. It's been 6 years since I've been to Universal. Let's see what's been up to lately since I've been gone for a few years.
Hola. Me llamo Burro, ¿y tú? Sofía y quién.
We are big journey.
Look, it's winter time.
Hello there, good morning. Welcome to Hogsmeade. Hello.
Hello. Morning. Cute bird. Here we are in Janet. Into Hogwarts. Might get butterbeer later. Hallelujah. Wow. Can't wait to go. How much are they?
14.
I'll just grab a regular cup, please. I might get it someday.
8.75.
Sorry?
875.
All right.
Cash or card?
Cash. Yes. There you go. Yeah, it's my first time trying it, by the way. So, yeah. Have to try out the butterbeer. Let's see how it is. Hey, how are you?
Oh, fantastic. Is that your camera?
It sure is.
Look at that. What can I do for you?
I just want to say it's my first time at Hogwarts.
Oh, is it really? Oh, how exciting. What is your name?
My name is
Whoa! Hogwarts Express says hello. Very excited to see you.
Hogwarts Express. I love it.
Now, where are you from?
I am from.
Talking. Well,
Yeah, so it's my first time here at Hogwarts. My name is Jonathan,
hello, Jonathan. Hello,
Yes.
Jonathan's camera.
and my friends are looking.
Oh, they're inside there.
No,
Oh my
they're
goodness, all
they're
right.
just
then.
looking all
I
over.
hope you're all right. It does not look like there's a lot of space.
I'll-
Well, so good to meet you. Enjoy your butterbeer and your day. Oh, hello.
Yes,
I've got a
thank
camera
you.
over there as well.
Honduras.
Honduras. Bienvenidos, Madrid.
Monroe, how are you? Phenomenal. How are you?
Oh, it's just a beautiful morning, isn't it?
Sure is. I just got out of Hogwarts.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. Are you enjoying your morning?
I sure am.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Where are you in town from?
Where am I from?
Yes.
I am from Rancho in California.
Oh, how wonderful. Not too far at all then.
Nope, and I'm loving it.
Oh, wonderful. Is this your first time here to the
I've been here before. This is my first time coming to Hogwarts.
Oh, how exciting.
Yes,
I hope it was everything you hoped it to be.
exactly.
Wonderful. And what's your name?
My name is Jonathan.
Nice to meet you, Jonathan.
Yes. How about a quick picture before we
Of
go?
course, yes. I think we must.
You in video, sir?
Can I have you hide your beverage, please? Thank you so much. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go. Thank you.
And to Springfield.
My name is Alexa. I'm going to be your tour guide today as we lift the veil of secrecy together on Hollywood's hottest filming locations. All right, before we get going though, I do want to make sure that everyone has a pair of these 3D glasses. All right, if you do not have a pair, now is definitely the time to raise your hand so you can get a pair. You do need them for 2 of our main attractions on the tour. Also, if you have any small children with you, so their feet can't touch the ground, make sure you put them more towards the center of the tram. We will be experiencing some special effects on this tour. This is not your average tour. These gates will be coming down momentarily on your left-hand side. So if you're sitting close to them, make sure you keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle, okay? We don't want anyone to lose any limbs today. Our driver today, his name is Ricky. Everyone say hello, Ricky. He says hey. There's almost 400 acres of land here at Universal Studios, and Ricky is going to make it so we do not have to walk that today. So thank you, Ricky. You are the best. In terms of active filming going on our lot, normally on the weekends, there's not a lot of filming, but there's actually quite a few productions doing work today, okay? So we have the Kelly Clarkson Show. That's her new reality game show that she's been filming in our front lot. We also have Good Girls, Superstore,
The Good Place?
Grace, yeah, Home and Family, some student films. We have the New York Film Academy out there on our sets right now, and then also The Voice. So there's tons going on in our lot right now. Also, I want to tell you all that there will be at least one quiet zone on our tour today. So it's going to be near the end of the tour on the War of the Worlds sets. So when that happens, I'm actually going to have to step off mic momentarily, okay? I'm going to turn off all the audio on my end, but you guys can still feel free to talk and take as many photos as you like. They just want me to step off mic momentarily on that last part of the tour. I just want to prepare you in advance. All right, one last call for 3D glasses. If you do not have a pair of these, they're super stylish to go with every outfit, but more importantly, you do need them for two of our main attractions of the tour. So if you don't have a pair, raise your hand in the air, because I'm not going to be able to get some out to you while we are on the tour in our back lot. All right, folks, we're going to be on our way shortly, so just hang tight. All right, looks like we are off to the races. Everyone wave goodbye to everyone still waiting. Bye, everyone. We are off to experience a real-life working movie studio, not just a, but the largest in the entire world. And I'm not going to be your only tour guide today. I do have a very special co-host to introduce to you all. You may know him from Saturday Night Live and The Tonight Show. Give it up for Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hello there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Alexa.
And the greatest drive.
Ricky.
You're the best. I love it. Even though
Alexa.
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That's right, folks. We do have a couple of safety rules to go over before we start this tour. Now, first, if you need guest assistance, or if you have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or if you have any sound or video issues, just reach up and grab that red cord running down the center of the tram, give it a little tug, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated. Keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Remember to use that red cord above your head if you need any assistance. The studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone, you just can't wait to use the restroom, pull that red cord, remain seated. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour. Be prepared, our tour today features loud noises, some tram movements, fire effects, and water effects. Get one of your cameras out ready for some great photo opportunities. Keep an eye on those on the breath. Finally, for your safety and those around you, please not use selfie sticks aboard the tram. Just go ahead and put those away for right now. And also, if you're wearing your 3D glasses currently, you look great, but you do not need to wear them right now. I'll let you know when you need to put those on. They're just for two of our main attractions on the tour. All right, we've left the theme park behind. We're heading into our movie and TV studios called our Universal Timeline. Off to your right and left, you can see posters of some of the many films we've done over time, hopefully some of your favorites. Over top of the posters, you can track the Universal logo and how that's changed. We're celebrating a few things here at Universal at the moment. We are celebrating our 10th Best Picture Oscar win for the movie Green Book. We're also celebrating our 55th anniversary of the world-famous studio tour, so we do look pretty good for our age. We opened up our doors here March 15, 1915. A man named Carl Laemmle had a dream, and that dream was not just to make a movie and TV studio, but a whole city devoted to it. He did just that. So we're actually called Universal City. We have our own zip code. We have our own fire station, Fire Station 51. That's not a set. That's a real working fire station with real working firemen and women on a daily basis. We also have our own sheriff's office, our own honorary mayor. We used to have our own DMV. It was the shortest science in all DMV history. But in terms of Fire Station 51, it's the name is pretty cool. It showed up quite a few times in movies and TV shows over the years. Originally, it appeared in a show called Emergency. Since then, it's appeared in Chicago Fire and also an episode of Friends. Remember the episode where the girls burn things of their exes, then fire gets out of hand, what fire station comes to save the day? Fire Station 51. We have all the elements of a city here except for residents. In place of residents, we have things called sound stages. Off to your left, you can see the very first soundstage of the day. It's Soundstage 12. Currently, it's the home to NBC's hit singing competition, The Voice. Now, The Voice it currently films, it's in season 17 now, so it's a very successful show. The coaches / judges are Blake Shelton, Kelly Clarkson, John Legend, and Bud Stefani. There have been some amazing movies, though, that were shot inside that same soundstage, like Frankenstein. Soundstage 5. As you all can see on your screens though, sound stages are basically giant warehouses that we can transform to look like anything we need it to the interior. They're about 98% soundproof. That's because the walls in sound stages are heavily padded with something called Instacoil, which blocks out about 98% of the sound, which is why, of course, we call them sound stages. You can put anything inside of a soundstage. It doesn't just have to be interiors, although that is the most popular thing to put inside of them. You can also put large exteriors inside of them as well, which is exactly what we did for the movie Jurassic Park. On top of the OG, the original Jurassic Park movie. A lot of those things you thought were shot in Costa Rica were actually shot inside these sound stages here in our front lot. We even made a raid inside of them. So when I say you can do anything inside of a sound stage, I truly do mean that. Sound stages 16 and 17 we just passed. We are currently passing by 21 off to your left. It has a bunch of Star Wagons and trailers outside of it at the moment. That's because we're actively filming for a show called Superstore inside all three of those sound stages starring America Ferrera and Feldman. Superstore, if you've never seen it, is a workplace comedy. It centers around a bunch of employees that work for a store called Cloud9, which is like a Walmart or a Target. It's all about the zany adventures they get into there. If you've ever seen Parks and Rec or The Office, you love those two shows, definitely tune in to Superstore and NBC. They're in their 4th season now. They're doing an awesome job. Now, the way that our movie studio lot is broken up, it's actually broken up into 2 sections. So we are in our first section right now. This is called our front lot. It's where we have all of our sound stages and offices for some of our biggest writers, producers, directors here in our studio lot. And then we're going to go and take a trip over to our back lot where we have very, very large exterior sets. We have a saying here at Universal Studios. The saying is that the world is literally just around the corner here in our back lot. And it's true. I'm going to prove it to you all in just a moment. But here in our front lot, it is not unheard of that we have star sightings. This is, of course, where stars come to work on a daily basis. So we're coming up to our very first star sighting off to you right there. The faces of the Minions, who are brought to us by Illumination Entertainment. They brought Despicable Me 1, 2, and 3 to the big screen, as well as Secret Life of Pets 1 and 2. They have offices here on our studio lot. We're also going to be making a Secret Life of Pets ride that's going to be coming out next year. So definitely come back and see us for that. Soundstage 44 to your right, that is currently where we are shooting. Actually, it's where we shot a lot of the interior scenes for The Good Place, but it's currently where we're shooting Good Girls, which is filming your season 3 for NBC, starring Christina Hendricks, Rena, and Mae Whitman. Off to your left, you can see Ted toasting us with a martini glass. He's right in front of our production bungalows. There are these strange-looking houses that you see. They used to be dressing rooms, permanent dressing rooms for some of our hit actors and actresses, like Jimmy Stewart, Doris Day, Lucille Ball, and Rock Hudson, just to name a few. They used to double as their homes away from homes when actors were contracted to stay in the studio lot for long periods of time, however long it took for them to shoot their movies. And nowadays, these are our offices for some of our biggest writers, producers, directors here on our studio lot. This is also a site if you're an actor. You would come and audition for a lot of our projects, our television shows, our feature films, our commercials, our print jobs, you name it. This is a site we'd audition for us. Very famous directors have their offices here, like Steven Spielberg, Robert Zemeckis. Famous producers like Mark Platt for Mark Platt Productions. He brought La La Land to the big screen. He's going to be bringing Wicked to the big screen. His offices are right down there. But speaking of famous directors, we're coming up to a very famous bungalow off to your left, number 5195. Currently, it is the office of the De Laurentiis Company, but there's a small silhouette of a man right next to those numbers, and that man is Alfred Hitchcock. It used to be his office. He brought amazing films to the big screen, like Psycho, Vertigo, Rear Window, and The Birds, just to name a few. Off to your left are 2 brand new sound stages. The first one's being used for Will and Grace. So Will and Grace is taping their 3rd and final season for NBC. The cast is awesome. Deborah Messing, Eric McCormick, Megan Mullally, and Sean Hayes. There's also another soundstage inside of this building that's been used very frequently for America's Got Talent, which also shoots in our Metro sets right next door. Hosted by Terry Crews with judges Gabrielle Union, Julianne Hough, Simon Cowell, and Howie Mandel. Very first production to take place inside these soundstages was Hairspray Live. Since then, we've also had World of Dance inside of there, which is Jennifer Lopez's new dance competition series. So that marks the end of our front lot where we have all of our sound stages and offices, and then we're transitioning into our back lot off to your right. You can see the start of our large exterior sets, and these are called Metropolitan sets. We call them that because They could double as any set in any metro area. So New York City, Chicago, Gotham City, Baltimore, Maryland, as the Warfighters provide. We're pulling into what's called our Brownstone Street in particular, which has been featured in Bruce Almighty. Check it out on your screens. Oops. That's a blooper. Check this out. Raise the door! I'm in the shop! Inside bad, outside good. Inside bad, outside good. Alright folks, roads, where we're going next, we don't need roads. That's because we're going to Courthouse Square, otherwise known as Hill Valley, for Back to the Future Part 1 and 2. Let's get some mood music up in here. That's right folks, Marty McFly took off at 88 miles per hour right here, and it's time to travel DeLorean. So I'm going to pause it right here on your screens. That City Hall building you see off to your left, that is the infamous courthouse from Back to the Future Part 1 and 2. I know it looks different though, if it's in the films. We did that purposefully. When filmmakers came to this location, scattered it out for other projects, even when they were using it for other projects, people were always able to pick out the courthouse in the background of shots because it was just so recognizable and iconic for those two films. Also, we just left Texas and we just traveled across the street and we're gonna go visit Europe. Yep, that's how close Europe is here at our backline. I told you guys, the world's around the corner here. So our little Europe sets can double as any place in Europe that we need them to be. France, Spain, Germany. All you got to do is change the set decor and voila. So off to your right, you can see a sign. It's a green sign. It says, "Welcome to the Good Place." And that's because, if you guys are fans of The Good Place, which is a show on NBC starring Kristen Bell and Ted Danson, these are the exterior sets used for The Good Place. So,
oh my God, yes.
They just filmed their final episode of their final season just like 2 months ago, but the sets are still dressed up for it. So check out this little promo from season 1 in your screens. You can see our sets in action.
Eleanor Shellstrop, podcast. Cool. This location, the afterlife. Come on, I've never ever seen this.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome. I also want to point out this section of our little Europe sets, this whole courtyard area. It's set up for The Good Place currently, but it's actually a very famous part of our backlog. We call it the Court of Miracles, and it's where the classic monster movies were born, like Frankenstein, Dracula, The Wolfman, The Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein. So a lot of those were shot over there.
Alright, I'm gonna go to Moe's. Don't worry, I won't drink. I want to see. Well detailed this place is.
And that was a very quick look because we're already cleared for takeoff. Take a look on the left-hand side and wave goodbye to all the people waiting for their trams. Bye! You will probably never see them again. But that's okay, you don't know them. Here's a great chance to meet someone. Let's meet our co-host. You might recognize him from TV shows like Saturday Night Live or as the host of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Here he is, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Rayon.
And the greatest drive.
Christian.
You're the best. I love them. Even though
Rayon.
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Thanks, Jimmy. That's right. There's a few rules we should all follow whilst on the tour. First, if you have any emergencies or require any assistance, be it a medical emergency, you drop an item of value off the side of the tram, or you have any audio or video issues, please reach up and pull on the red cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please sit down and remain seated, keeping heads, arms, and legs inside the vehicle for your safety. The studio is private property, and if at any point during the tour you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord and I will be back to assist you, but do remain seated and inside the tram at all times. What? No, please! No smoking of any kind during the tour. And be prepared, the tour features loud sound effects, fire effects, sudden track movements, and many water effects. You'll want to have your cameras out and ready for all the photo opportunities we have out here, but make sure to keep them away from the water so they don't get wet. And for your safety and the safety of those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while on the tour. Now we're taking you into the studio through the Universal movie timeline. On either side of the tram, you can see a small sampling of the thousands of films that are filmed right here. They're in chronological order, starting with the classics. We've been here since March 15, 1915. We've been making movies ever since. This year, the studio tour turns 55 years old. It's our 55th anniversary of studio tours. Now we're headed into the first section of the studio, known as the front lot. This is where most of our sound stages are located. We have 28 sound stages in the studio. And in turn, these are where most of our filming takes place. The first sound stage is coming up in front of us on the left-hand side. That is Soundstage 12. The largest single sound stage in the studio is the one with all the red lights on it. It's currently home to NBC's hit-singing competition show, The Voice. You can see the logo painted in the corner. But this soundstage is one of our oldest, and it's been used by incredible productions throughout its history. For example, it was used as Dr. Frankenstein's lab, Dracula's castle, Scarface's mansion, and the rest of the scenes on your screens. But right now, as you can see, they are building the stage for season 18 of The Voice. And speaking of season 18, Nick Jonas is joining us as one of the coaches. The Voice also films in sound stages 18, 19, and 20 here on the left. Some of them have the doors open, especially 20 there, so you can see them building some of the set pieces that are going to be used for the new season of that show. Next door as well, on the left, you'll see sound stages 16 and 17. These two are used by the TV show Superstore, starring America Ferrera and Ben Feldman. They are currently filming the 5th season, which is already airing. New episodes come out every Thursday night on NBC. The set of this show is a fictional store called Cloud 9, where all the characters work. This set is so big it takes over sound stages 16, 17, and also 21, coming up in front of us on the left-hand side when we turn the corner. Here's a quick look at what that show looks like.
I know it's hot in here, but let's have some patience for one another.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us all act.
If your face stays where it is, it's gonna get pushed.
As you can see, it looks like a real store in there, but it's just a set that's been built inside of the sound stages. The one on the left, 21, is the base camp for the show, which means a lot of the production takes place there. That's why you can see all these trailers here. These are actually the dressing rooms for the stars of the show. You can see a few of the production trucks, makeup trucks, and costume trucks in this area as well. This section of the studio has been used to create thousands of TV shows throughout our history, and here's a look at some of